Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to reading class. Today we are going to read the one and only Ivan for our read aloud. And the one and only Ivan is Ivan's an adult male silverback gorilla who's been living in captivity for 27 years, most of that time on display at the Exit 8 Big Top Mall and Video Arcade. So, along with Stella, a wise old elephant, and Bob, a sassy stray dog, Julia, the janitor's daughter, Ivan helps with his artistic efforts. But when Mac, the owner of the small mall, introduces the baby elephant named Ruby, Ivan sees that his captivity for what it is. Realizing that Ruby needs more freedom, Ivan assumes his rightful place as a leader and secures a better future for himself and his friends. So I hope you enjoy this story. There will be a couple of comprehension questions that go along with our skills also in our reading book. All right, so get started on the one and only I. This has a couple of pages that I have to through. See if we can get to the first page. Here we go. Hello, I am Ivan. I am a gorilla. It's not as easy as it looks. Names. People call me the freeway gorilla, the ape at exit 8, the one and only Ivan, mighty silverback. The names are mine, but they're not me. I am Ivan, just Ivan, only Ivan. Waste words. They toss them like banana peels and leave them to rot. Everyone knows the peels are the best part. I suppose you like gorillas, can't understand you. I suppose you think gorillas can't understand you. Of course, you also probably think we can't walk upright. Try knuckle walking for you tell me, which way is more fun? Patience. I've learned to understand human words over the years, but understanding human speech is not the same as understanding humans. Humans speak too much. They chatter like chimps, crowding the world with their noise, even when they have nothing to say. It took me some time to recognize all those human sounds, to weave words into things. But I was patient. Patient is a useful way to be when you're an ape. Gorillas are as patient as stones. Humans, not so much. So as I'm reading, kind of think about what does Ivan mean when he says, in my size, humans see a test of themselves, and I'm not too much gorilla and not enough human. Why does the sign for the Big Top Mall show Ivan as an angry and fierce gorilla? Why doesn't Ivan express any anger in the beginning of the story? So those are just some questions to keep in mind as we're reading. We're going to be how I look. I used to be a wild gorilla, and I still look the part. I have a gorilla's shy gaze, a gorilla's sly smile. I wear a snowy saddle of fur, the uniform of a silverback. When the sun warms my back, I cast a gorilla's majestic shadow. In my size, humans see a test of themselves. They hear fighting words on the wind, when all I'm thinking is how the late day sun reminds me of a ripe nectarine. I'm mightier than any human, 400 pounds of pure power. My body looks made for battle, my arms outstretched, span taller than the tallest humans. My family tree spreads wide as well. I am a great ape, and you are a great ape, and so are chimpanzees and orangutans and bonobos. All of us distant and distrustful cousins. I too find it hard to believe there is a connection across time and space linking me to a race of ill-mannered clowns. Chimps, there's no excuse for them. Sorry, too far. The Exit 8 Big Top Mall and Video Arcade. I live in a human habitat called the Exit 8 Big Top Mall and Video Arcade. We are conveniently located off I-95 with shows at 2, 4, and 7, 365 days a year. Mac says that when he answers the thrilling telephone, Mac works here at the mall. He is the boss. I work here too. I am the gorilla. At the Big Top Mall, a creaky music sells all day and the monkey and the parrot live amid the merchants. In the middle of the mall is a ringing with benches where humans can sit on their rumps while they eat soft pretzels. The floor is covered with sawdust made of dead trees. My domain is at one end of the ring. I live here because I am too much gorilla and not enough human. Stella remains in the is next to mine. Stella is an elephant. She and Bob, who is the dog, are my dearest friends. At present, I do not have any gorilla friends. My domain is made of thick glass and rusty metal and rough cement. Stella's domain is made of a metal bars. The sun bear's domain is wood. The parrot's is a wire mesh. 3 of my walls are glass. One of them is cracked, and a small piece about the size of my hand is missing from its bottom corner. I made the hole with a baseball bat that Mac gave me for my 6th birthday. After that, he took the bat away. But he let me keep the baseball that came with it. A jungle scene is painted on one of my domain walls. It has a waterfall without water and flowers, without scent and trees without roots. I didn't paint it, but I enjoy the way the shapes flow across my wall, even if it isn't much of a jungle. I am lucky that my domain has 3 windowed walls. I can see the whole mall and a bit of the world beyond. The frantic pinball machines, the pink billows of cotton candy, and the vast treeless parking lot. Beyond the lot is a freeway where cars stampede without end. A giant sign at its end beckons them to stop and rest while the gazelles are at a watering hole. The sign is faded, the colors bleeding, but I know what it says. Mac read its words aloud one day. Come to the Exit 8 Big Top and Video Arcade, home of the one and the only. Sadly, I cannot read, though I wish I could. Reading stories would make a way to fill my empty hours. Once, however, I was able to enjoy a book left in my domain by one of my keepers. It tasted like termite. The freeway billboard has a drawing of Mac with his clown clothes and Stella on her hind legs and an angry animal with fierce eyes and unkempt hair. That animal is supposed to be me, but the artist made a mistake. I am never angry. So there's the picture. Anger is precious. A silverback uses anger to maintain order and warn his troop of danger. When my father beat his chest, it was to say, beware, listen, I am in charge. I am angry to protect you because that is what I was born to do. Here in my domain, there is no one to protect. The littlest big top on. My neighbors here at the Big Top Mall know many tricks. They are an educated lot, more accomplished than I am. One of my neighbors plays baseball, although he's a chicken. Another drives a fire truck, although I used to have a neighbor, a sleek and thoughtful seal, who could balance a ball on her nose from dawn till dusk. Her voice was like the throaty bark of a dog chained outside on a cold night. Children wished on pennies and tossed them into her pocket. They glowed at the bottom like copper stones. The steel was hungry, perhaps, so she ate 100 pennies. Max said she'd be fine. He was mistaken. Sad. Mac called our show the littlest big top on earth. Every day at 2, 4, and 7, human fans themselves drink soda, babies wail, Mac dressed like a clown, pedals a tiny doll named Snick on Stella's back, and Stella sits on a stool. Dirty stool. I don't know me just to be mean. Stella told me circuses move from town to town. They have humans who dangle on ropes, twice, They have grumbling and gleaming teeth and a snaking line of elephants clutching the limp tail in front of her. The elephants look far to see the humans who want to circle. We sit where we are, like an old beast too tired to push on. After our show, humans forage through the stores. A store is where humans buy things they need to survive. At the Big Top Mall, some stores sell new things like balloons and t-shirts and caps to cover their gleaming heads of humans. Old things, things that smell dusty and damp. And all day, I watch humans scurry from store to store. They pass their dry old leaves, 1,000 hands, back and forth and forth. Stalking, pushing, grumbling. Then they leave, clutching their bags filled with things, bright things, big things, but no matter how full the bags, they always come back for more. Humans are clever indeed. They spin pink clouds you can eat. They build domains with flat waterfalls. But they are lousy hunters. And I think I'll stop for today. All right, so remember I'm going to ask a couple of questions. And one of the questions that I'll try to put on is, in my size, humans see a test of themselves. And I too, I am too much gorilla and not enough human. Why does the sign of the Big Top Mall show Ivan as angry and fierce? Why doesn't Ivan express any anger at the beginning of the story? All right. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you later.